Time for an encore presentation. Now, that's a slightly misleading term that broadcasters use when they really mean you may have seen this story before, but it's one that we think is worth a second look. Mark Fiore is a San Francisco-based political cartoonist who a few years back abandoned the world of print to take his work online. Then, in 2010, Fiore became the first online animator to win a Pulitzer Prize for journalistic excellence. That's a pretty good indication that online animators have arrived. And Fiore's not alone. These days, political cartoonists are popping up all over the World Wide Web, each with their own particular style, but they share a similar goal: to get their work out to as many people as possible. The Listening Post's Nick Muirhead now on online animations and how in cyberspace they can pack a hefty political punch.
The first animated cartoon ever to be shown in public was in France, 1892. Over the next 8 years, more than 500,000 people will travel to see it. Nowadays, online animators can get those viewing figures in just a few hours.
Having an online platform definitely keeps us close to where our viewers are. On the tablet, on blogs, social media websites, and internet TV.
I didn't try to approach any other channels, like not newspapers, not TV channels. We always wanted to stay on internet and to go global through internet.
As cheesy as it sounds, the internet kind of chose me. I started out doing newspaper political cartoons, but then after getting into animation, the internet just made more sense.
Political cartooning has been around for a long time, but before the internet, most of it was confined to print. San Francisco-based cartoonist Mark Fiore spent 10 years doing that before moving into animation.
Fiore's work reminds me a lot of cartoons that you might see in a printed newspaper, but come to life. It's more externalizing what he's saying because you see the characters and hear what they're saying in his cartoons.
We all go on.
When I was doing print work, I loved it. But for me, I feel like I can tap into so many different parts of someone's brain and different emotions that I couldn't with a print cartoon.
If only they were televised like Casey and me.
One thing that I really love to do is create new characters, and that's where Dog Boy and Mr. Dan came about. They were kind of my attempt to talk about the left and the right issues in the United States and around the world, too.
You can help me keep the Obamacrat socialistas from raising our nation's debt ceiling.
Oh, so all the unemployed people can get jobs and feed their families. That's great.
Well, no.
It's like they're best friends, but they're still at each other's throats. But they can do it in a civil way. At least Dog Boy wants to. Like, I will present the right side or the left side, conservative, liberal, but then I'll show why my opinions are right.
In Taiwan, Next Media Animation was born not out of the need to comment on the news like Mark Fiore does, but rather to supplement the reporting of it.
Our founder, Jimmy Lai, he observed that there's a lack of visual elements on TV news especially. You have anchors and talking heads and B-roll footage talking about a specific event without the actual footage of the event.
The news event that took Next Media to the next level was when a high-profile athlete crashed his car without any cameras around.
In November 2009, a journalist at our sister newspaper, Apple Daily, produced a news piece on Tiger Woods. He used animations to reenact what happened during the Tiger Woods car crash. This went viral on the internet immediately. This is so different from what most of us were used to when you watch the news. There was a time when you didn't see color photographs in newspapers. It's been a year and a half since Next Media Animation began producing news reenactments. And today you're also starting to see U.S. news broadcasters using this particular medium in their news presentation. So animation is really a powerful tool as a visual aid in a news package.
Both Next Media Animation and Mark Fiore were across the biggest story of last year, the Arab revolutions. But another online outfit used that story to make its mark. Karabish Cartoons is based in Amman, Jordan, and their animators benefited from being closer to the story.
The Arab Spring was an opportunity. We tried utilizing it and making sure the day-to-day stories and the day-to-day Arabs' opinions about those matters and their humor gets like to the world. We did videos called Ben Ali's Running Away. It was mainly about him in an airplane, like flying away, trying to find somewhere where to spend his night.
الله يخرب بيتك نيلتنا مع الشعب جاتك 60 نيلة.
Then it all started from there. Like we started producing more videos covering the revolution in Egypt even before Mubarak stepped down.
لقد تابعت الماتش قصد التظاهرات.
We just contribute to other revolutions like in Libya, in Syria now, in Yemen.
استخدمت الفيسبوك بعدين سويت تويت أو ريتويت إعدام.
It really taps into the zeitgeist of the country. It also is very useful, I think, from the point of view of the West, where we get an insight into what the Arab world are thinking about their political situation, which we don't tend to get a lot in the media.
عسكري محترف وناسين إني دكتور أسنان.
These animators are using the same medium, but their approaches are as diverse as their locations: Taipei, Amman, and San Francisco.
For our hard news pieces, the goal has always been to inform. But you've also seen our satirical pieces, whether it's to entertain or to inform, the goal is to do both.
We are not representing any political party. We are not supported by any entities or like governments. All we are doing is mainly expressing or reflecting somehow the Arab street humor into like different format that we broadcast over the web.
I think animation, particularly political animation, essentially shows what's behind the scenes, and people aren't getting that in either the newspaper or, you know, cable news or the radio. You're able to bring people in with cartoons and with the fun, but then serve up a dose of opinion and news as well.
But with enough political pressure and cable news hysteria, he changed his mind.